Hello, guys. Welcome back to my weekly Facebook Live show. I'm eating my own hair. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR. We are an award-winning PR and social media marketing firm here in Los Angeles that I've been running for 17 plus years. Sounds like an eternity. Feels like an eternity, but I still love it so much. Sorry, I just ran up the stairs to make it on time. And I'm also the creator of the Profitable PR Pros community. That is our award-winning community for public relations professionals. We also have copywriters, social media strategists. We have digital marketing experts all in that community. And we're there to help each other to get results faster, to make more money, to, find and discover clients that really light us up. And I say award-winning because the work that we're doing inside of the Profitable PR Pros community won an Inc. Best in Business Award. I usually have it right there, but I moved them because my social media team asked me to do a reel on something related to you guys submitting for awards. So I had them kind of as like a prop. But so we are an award-winning community for PR professionals. We are expanding what we offer and how we serve you. We just acquired PR Couture back in March, and we are working to fold it into our business so we have more resources and more ways to get you visibility through the website. The SEO on that site is very, very good. And so if you are interested in contributing an article, we have a process for that. Let me know and I can have Miranda send you the link. But we are giving our members access, like free opportunity for really good visibility on topics that will help you establish your authority, which is good because this is the topic. See how it all like flows into each other? This is the topic that I'm going to speak about today, which is finding your niche. So it's really great to put yourself out there as a subject matter expert on the niches that you want to support clients in, because the more content you have out there talking about your thoughts on things, it's thought leadership, the more likely people are to follow you and find you. And the PR Couture website has very good SEO. It ranks consistently in the top of Google search. So if you're interested in getting some visibility and putting yourself out there as a thought leader in your niche, hit us up. We'll find a way to get you published. Hi, Francesca. Ciao, how are you? And I just want to say, I know there's not that many people on yet, but for anybody who's watching the replay or tomorrow, I just wanted to wish an early Happy Veterans Day to all those who have served, members of your family, but also we have quite a few members of our community that are active military or mil spouses. And so just want to, acknowledge and thank you all. If you're a wife and you have kids and your husband is serving, a military spouse is a huge commitment as well. And then, of course, we have several members that are active military that are looking to figure out what they do when they get out of service. And so just for all of our members, happy Veterans Day and thank you for your service. So let me know who else is here. And today's topic, love this topic. I can't believe, yeah. My mom just texted me about my dad, that he was in the Air National Guard and he's a part of the Air Force and he is a veteran and he gets a free entree at CPK. Woohoo. My dad was military as well. So today's topic, and I hope more people jump on and join. I know there's a few of you here, but this one is so valuable and you could learn something today that will help you make more money, enjoy your business, and grow your business faster. I know I say all of these things. Oh, seriously? Angela's saying, should know CPK is still in business. What part of, where are you located? We're in California and there's actually like 3 equidistant from my house, probably about 3 miles square, 3 square miles, 3 different CBKs, maybe because it's California Pizza Kitchen. I don't know. It's not great. I got to be honest with you. Haven't seen one in forever. It's not great, but it's free for my dad, I guess, for a free entree. So free is a good price, right? But we are going to talk about your niche because niching down, I believe, is one of the most important parts of scaling your agency, setting yourself up for success. It is absolutely the key. But sometimes it could feel like a drag. Sometimes you kind of outgrow it. You fall out of love with the things that you were passionate about when you first started. Whatever your desire is, your niche should inspire you. It should motivate you to want to work harder and grow your business. So we're going to talk today about how you can reassess. We're going to have 3 killer strategies for branching out of your current niche, if that's what you're looking to do. Why leveraging your existing expertise is such a crucial part of shifting industries, and how to choose an entirely new niche that will light you up and inspire you. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready to learn, you're ready to do this. If that sounds like a good takeaway, those sound like good takeaways from today, let me know. Give me the deets. And let me know who else is here. Okay, good. I got those thumbs up. Sometimes you choose something, and as you grow away from it, and you realize maybe it's not the right fit. That was me. When I started, our sort of like niches were beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. And it quickly shifted from fashion to baby and kids. Not baby and kids fashion, but more like gear, accessories, things like that. Because that was where my first client, the niche that they were in, where we had a tremendous amount of success early on. Elizabeth, hi. Should your niche be based on regional location? I'm in DC, which is obviously government, politics, but also nonprofits and tech. Not a lot of fun brands, but interesting nonetheless. That is a great opportunity, but if it doesn't light you up, then why go down that path? I mean, it's definitely an advantage for you based on where you're located, especially if you've had experience and you can leverage that experience. But if it's not exciting to you, then, you said it's interesting. Maybe you have some other things that tie in slightly that are a bit more fun, like maybe on the tech side. Tech rates are some of the top rates. And even the 3 rates that I don't know about government, I have to say. I don't know. I would imagine there's budget there. You just have to know like how to work the system. And that's admittedly something I don't know. But in tech and pretty much also in nonprofit, there's money there. I know nonprofit sounds like no money, but they have money for promotional activities, especially if it grows their income, their donations, gets more people aware of their cause and gets more donors. So tech is a great one. And I think if you're there, then it is an advantage. But let's walk through these steps to make sure that you actually really do love that long term. Maybe you want to try out a new niche and expand your client roster in that arena, or you're just itching to start something completely fresh and new. Yeah, I feel like, Angela, we talk about this every time I'm on, and you're like, nonprofits have money, especially when it comes to getting more money. Absolutely true. So just know that. I'm interested in the area, but I don't have the political experience. I'd love to look into cause-based companies and nonprofits. Yeah, there are quite a few people in the Profitable PR Pros community. You might be watching this live in that community right now. That is our group of PR professionals, 4,000+ all over the world, very helpful, very like-minded. There are so many people in there that aren't even, in our paid programs, but really generous and really helpful. And it might be something that you could post in the group and then get feedback on, as at least a way to start. So if you haven't already posted in there, just like curious if anybody has this interest and if I can chat with you, something to consider. So no matter how long you've been doing PR, I know that when you're looking to shift and try a new niche, it can be intimidating. So I have some strategies. These are my best strategies for branching out into a different industry, starting over from scratch in a new niche. And I have to say, we're not exactly starting from scratch because you have all of your experience, your contacts, you have your body of work that you can leverage. You can, which is my first tip, is when you branch out of your niche, you want to leverage your existing experience as much as you can. So if you have spent a lot of time and parts of your career and a lot of energy securing wins for your clients in your current niche, that experience, those contacts, those results don't just disappear because you're switching things up. You know, your successes are your successes no matter what. So you can take any experience, any results that are adjacent to your goal niche. Let's just call it that, your goal niche. It's like where you want to pivot into. And you can leverage that when you're connecting with possible clients. So it shows that you secure press, you get outcomes, you place, features that are compelling, and maybe some of the contacts overlap. And again, think about how your media contacts have already branched out. This is important. We have to constantly revisit our media list because journalists are usually covering multiple beats. And they're definitely doing so right now. They're, my son's best friend's mom, she has twins. She's like, any thoughts on a sleepover this weekend? And then she said, sorry to ruin your day. Her twins want to come to my house to sleep over, and they're lovely and they're wonderful and I adore them. They're like the sweetest kids. But my 10-year-old like loses his mind and he does not sleep. It's like a badge of honor to stay up all night, and he acts like a total a-hole. I'm not kidding. And we are like screaming at, and it's her kids are wonderful. And I'm like, just so you guys know, I'm not mad at you. They're like trying to sleep, covering their heads with a pillow. And it's my 10-year-old who acts like just a complete nut and just will not go to sleep. And her twins want to come here. So I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, so she said, sorry to ruin your day. She's super funny. But okay, so your journalist contacts are branching out because they have to. It's just the way that things are shifting in the media right now. They're writing for more places, they're securing more placements. Maybe it's not as profitable as it was, so they have to do more volume. Of course, we know now that a lot of editors are now kind of considered commerce editors. So if you secure product-based press, you have to know about affiliate revenue and how to generate that for your clients, for those publications, for the outlets, but like setting that up for your clients or advising them that they need to have that. So that's one piece of it, is that they are covering, maybe they have an expertise in like the food space or hospitality, but they're writing for multiple outlets. Freelancers are writing for multiple outlets. So you want to take a look at your contacts' most recent features. What pieces have they written? So there will probably be quite a bit of overlap between your current niche and maybe one that you're aiming to branch out into. And this is especially true for niches that are already pretty connected. So like beauty and cosmetics and fashion, or business and finance, like, sorry, my mind went blank because I'm like having I'm having like early fear of this this potential sleepover. Hi, Christine. She said, my expertise is immigrant American community reach. That is awesome. And politics. So I know that. So Elizabeth, maybe you and Christine could connect, and she might have some insight and experience to share with you, because there is both of those niches that she's serving and that you're looking to serve are obviously adjacent. And that's what this community is for, is getting insight and learning from other people's experience. So there are certainly, like with my niches, like baby and kids and beauty and cosmetics, you'd be really surprised because the baby and kids side overlaps really well with lifestyle. 15 years experience, Christine says. So our niches of baby and kids overlaps really well with beauty and cosmetics because there is a strong tie-in to lifestyle. We have a lot of millennial moms that are super stylish that want the coolest baby gear, and now you're pitching these lifestyle influencers and lifestyle media outlets your beauty and cosmetics products and your baby and kids products, because if that editor is pregnant or we have a breast pump, if they're nursing, they might cover the pump and, something related to skincare or hair care. You'd be surprised. So those contacts we're able to leverage across the board. See if you have a contact that is writing for a niche that you want to work in, and then use that existing relationship as a starting point to land press in that area. And if there's a journalist that you have a great relationship with who doesn't write in your goal niche, ask if they can connect you with somebody at their publication or an outlet that they contribute to who do cover, or who does, if it's a single person, cover topics on your niche. And that referral can help give you a credibility boost because you're, showing that you have great relationships with journalists. They trust you as a source. It's all positive. And again, utilize your network as much as possible. So like I said, you're not starting from scratch. You still have your contacts, your network, anyone you've ever worked with. So go through your professional network and your client roster and see if you're connected to anyone that is in your goal niche or who has worked in it before. And they may be able to put you in touch with media contacts or give you advice on what journalists or editors are looking for when they're considering stories on that topic, because they have experience. And I will say, okay, let me read Angela. Yes, I accidentally ended up in baby and kids for a while, and I was more successful with lifestyle media than with parenting media. It's not surprising. And there's also fewer and fewer parenting outlets and more lifestyle outlets. And there's definitely a crossover because all those like cool millennials, we followed along as they fell in love and then got married and then now are having babies. And now their babies are like in school and stuff. So I'm still like millennials, but it's now Gen Z and probably beyond that now. So I just, we just follow along with these generations, and their interests change and their content changes along with that life stage they're in. So that's why lifestyle has a really good overlap. The other thing too is tap into our community inside the Pitch Lab. And if you don't know what the Pitch Lab is, it is incredibly valuable for your business. It is a monthly membership, and at the foundation sits an entire, very comprehensive, very actionable, up-to-date program on how to do PR as a service. So you can either use that as a way to touch up on your skills, to reinforce, that what you're doing is right, to learn something new, to train your team. Christine says it's amazing. Thank you for that. So that's the foundation, is like this class. And I used to sell it. It was called something else. I used to sell it for almost $3,000. And now it's like within 2 months, which is under $200, you get access to that whole program, train your team, save yourself a bundle of time. That's the base, like sort of, we call it the roadmap. And then we have master classes that are ridiculous, either taught by, experts in their niches, or me, if it's a topic that I am familiar with in my company. And the best part, and the part that I'm so proud of because it's something that was so needed, are our monthly execution plans. And those are sometimes 50 pages, but don't let that intimidate you. It's organized really well so that you have long lead pitch angles, short lead pitch angles. You have editorial focuses for each publication that we have access to. So it used to take interns or junior associates like hours and hours and hours to compile anything remotely as comprehensive as what we're doing. So we tell you, like, let's say we're going to launch December in about 5 days. So you'll have access to December. You'll still have access to November. So you always have two, you know, this one and then the next one, or the current one and the last one. You know what I'm saying? And we'll release it, and it will tell you in December all of the things that you need to be pitching for long lead timelines, short lead timelines, pitch angles, birthdays, those little like social media holidays like National Lipstick Day, and ahead of time. Not what's happening in December. We have that, but in the future so you can plan for it. It is so valuable. Christine, I'd love to hear how you're using them. We have people that use them during pitch meetings for clients to win work, and they just sound like a media insider. They're like, oh, Laura's like Best in Beauty is coming out in August. And, you know, we want to submit you to best denim stories in August, or the fashion issues in September. Like, you can rattle these things off and sound like a media insider. And then people are using them to create their strategies. They're using them to create social media calendars, come up with pitch ideas, and we're getting feedback that they're converting like crazy. So, and we just had a call yesterday all about securing partnerships and sponsorships for events, and how to run an event, what the timeline looks like. With Stefania, and I can't remember how to say her last name, Skiru, who was incredible. So that will be posted in a replay. You'll have that in her master classes. She was incredible. The feedback I got was amazing. But she also, I was like, this lady is insane. Like, she's got it going on. She was like, thank you so much for your pitch lab. It's so helpful. It's helped me so much in my business. And I was like, kind of fangirling a bit because she is so legit. Her masterclass was really incredible. So back to the community that you get inside the pitch lab, plus a coaching call, it's like bonkers. It's so good, you guys. The chances are there's already somebody or many someones in the pitch lab who might be in your target niche. So reach out to them and see if you can chat about the industry for a bit. And you can ask them questions like, you know, what do you love about working in this industry? How has it changed since you've been working in it? Like, when you checked into it, what evolution have you seen? What are some of the challenges that you face when you're pitching in this niche? You know, like, how many outlets and key players do you kind of have to keep track of? Are there a lot? Are there a lot of changes that happen? You'll get a better sense of what the niche is really like, and you can see if it's right for you. And one of the ways you can do this is, if you're in the pitch lab, come to one of our monthly coaching calls, and we can match you. Who do you want to call you? Oh, Elizabeth. I'm sorry. I see that now. Call her. That's so nice. Or text. So we can match you. I tend to know if you're new on the call, you're new in the pitch lab, I want to meet you because I like to know what people are up to, and then can ask questions of them and ask for them to jump in and share their expertise. So we can also match you up and say, hey, would you guys mind like connecting? So very valuable. Tap into your community. And if you feel like you don't have the support of a community, come join us in the pitch lab. It is like a no-brainer expense for you and your business. I keep the price super low. It's $97 a month so that people feel like it's something they can continue with and afford. And it just becomes like a natural, part of their business, almost like Cision or Meltwater. And we have a media contacts database. If you pay in full, here is a link to learn more about the Pitch Lab. If you pay in full, we give you like a free media contacts database, or you can buy it from us. It's like under $300. Anyway, Pitch Lab, we're here for you. So that is if you're choosing a niche. Those 3 tips are if you are sort of branching out from where you are. Here's how you can choose an entirely new niche. So if you're switching your focus completely, it's likely because you fell out of love with it, or you were in an industry that just wasn't the right fit from the start. And let me know here in the comments if you kind of started working maybe at an agency or on your own in a certain industry with certain types of clients, and you quickly were like, nope, that was me in fashion. I was like, this is not for me. Love fashion, but don't love working in it for so many reasons. But so let me know if you're like learn the hard way or learn by experience. So before picking your new niche, you want to take the time to reflect on your interests and then think about what industries have held your attention for a while, like years, right? Or where you're already a customer, like your personal interests are aligned with that industry. Because fleeting interests and novelty ideas, they're not the right starting point here. You should be able to see yourself staying invested in this industry long term. Like I've seen a lot of women come through our program and they're just getting married or they have just recently gotten married and they choose bridal because that's been their world for a year and they're like loving the bridal space. But when you're 2-3 years outside of your own wedding, are you really going to want to keep up with all those trends? We do have an incredible member of all of our programs, Chiffon Myers, and we interviewed her like 2 weeks ago when she was in she's in the agency accelerator and she was sharing her experience. She does bridal and she also owns a lot of the bridal outlets, media outlets. So she's like on both sides. It's the perfect, I mean, she can leverage so much of her own personal, like the assets. She owns these publications. So it's like immediately, if you're her client, you get access to like 14 different bridal sites. She's brilliant, but maybe that's something that is kind of fleeting for you. Angela's like, ooh, I thought I was going to love fashion PR and I hated it. I rolled my eyes when I got thrown a random food product and then I ended up loving it. See, you never know. It's like keep your mind open to these experiences. Maybe try it out. You can ask somebody, maybe you can freelance for them a bit or work with, somebody in your network that maybe say, listen, I'll come in for a reduced rate. And I can use my skills to try to make new contacts and secure features that I can then leverage. So I'm willing to work at a reduced rate for a limited time and put a timeline on it. Oh, yay. Awesome. Francesca said, I have been working in luxury fashion all my career and I'm lucky. I still love it. That's seriously awesome. I probably would have liked luxury fashion. Mine was not luxury. Definitely like mass market or like trying to be mass market, not a lot of budgets. Fashion industry outside of luxury, there's not a lot of money because there's like the way that they produce and the way they get paid. They have to pay for the production of goods at least probably more than 3 months, probably closer to like 6 months before they actually get paid for them because they get paid probably 90 days after they deliver from the retailers. It's just the way the industry works, which is why there's factors, fashion factors or loans, very high interest rates. It's just like not my jam. Plus, you have to track sample sizes and deal with seasons and, sample pieces and then do the sizes fit. You have to track sizes. And I didn't want to store all this stuff here. I was like constantly going through like the closet and pulling out the right sizes and I was missing some. And I was like, oh, I can't place the story if I don't have the right size. It was not my thing. I love beauty because it's like, here's a lipstick, take it. It has no timeline, no sizes. You either like it or you don't. Or maybe the peach color fits your editorial layout. You know what I mean? It's like have it, hold on to it. Don't worry about sending it back. With fashion, I would get one run of everything in a sample size, and I had to track them because samples are very expensive. They're not production, they're one-offs. So that was a nightmare to me. Facebook user, it says, Chrissy, is that you? She said, I'm considering making restaurants my niche. My city is one big foodie. You're in Nashville, aren't you? Is that right? With your daughters who are musicians or singers. I don't know if that's you. I would imagine Nashville is correct. One-off samples. Ugh, nightmare, Francesca. I hated that. because we like sent a sample to Lucky Magazine, RIP Lucky, and they never sent it back. And I was like, please send it back. Like I had to get it back to my client, and we had to like, say we were going to charge them. It was a nightmare. I just didn't like it. Anyway. Oh, Misty. Oh, Misty. Hi. Okay. And you're in Houston. I'm so sorry. It just says Facebook user, and it's usually Chrissy Bernal. So that's awesome. There are quite a few people in our community that work in restaurants, hospitality. Happy to connect you if you would like to kind of tap into that resource and learn more. Okay, so you should be able to see yourself staying in this industry long term. Restaurants, check. I would love that long term. I love like the VIP access and, kind of like being on top of the scene. That's pretty cool. So you should love the work that you do. And that's what I'm here to teach you, to preach to you. Not that I love preaching, but why build a business doing something you're not that jazzed about, right? Like Elizabeth, if you're not super into politics and you're going to build a business on that just because you're DC based, why do that? Like, sure, you can make money, but is it something you're going to love? Like, I want you to build a business that you're going to love every single day. So when you work in an industry that you're personally passionate about, you'll finally get joy every day out of the work you're doing. And you're going to have to spend a lot of time researching this industry, diving in, understanding the trends, the key players, chatting with these people that are the gatekeepers that can make or break, your outreach campaign. And also trying out products or those experiences. So when you love your niche, it will bring you so much excitement, so much you'll feel and you'll be motivated to love this process because you're just kind of playing in a field, getting paid for things you're interested in. That's why I love what I do. I was an attorney and I was like, I don't love this. And I started doing PR on the side without even knowing what it was. And I did it unpaid. And I promoted a fragrance company and I secured a really great national feature. And it ended up like blowing up this business. They got retailers that were very cool. They got, tons of people ordering off their website. And I felt like that was my perfect career. Like if I could get paid to share things that I love, beauty products and cool stuff that I really believe in, like I was doing it for free and I loved it. I thought if I get paid to do this, I have found my ideal career. And to this day, I still love it. Whenever we get a new beauty client, I'm like, ooh, like we get to experience their products and love them. And, like they're going to send us stuff and we get to try it all. And the team gets so excited. And, there's nothing better. So take note of when you're researching a new niche, take note of how you feel. What are your reactions? Is there something that gets you really excited and like lights you up every time you come across it? What do you find yourself reading about all the time? What is I read a lot about, like optimizing productivity and your health and wellness and, like how to get the best sleep, how to be like I'm a certified high performance coach now, and we have a high performance coaching group. You have to apply and to be accepted into, but I love that topic all around high performance, productivity, persuasion, your physiology, your psychology, all that stuff personally interests me. So I listen to a lot of podcasts about things that, talk about those things. I love the impact theory with Tom Bilyeu. There's just like great stuff out there. Of course, I listen to like comedy podcasts and TV show podcasts and PR podcasts. I have a podcast. It's called Pitching Powerhouse. So let me know if you listen to it. It's kind of cool when people are like, I listen to your podcast. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a podcast. We take this content and repurpose it, or I re-record new episodes if I feel like we need to really focus on a topic. But we release a new episode every Tuesday. and we interview our community members. We talk about strategies to grow your business, to make more money, all the stuff I love talking about. Pitching Powerhouse. Let me know. Do you listen? Are you a fan? Leave us a comment, leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. So you want to pay attention with your niche. How do you feel? And also think about maybe there's something about your previous area of expertise or a niche that you're currently working in. When you look to the new one, you're reminded about something that makes you feel annoyed or upset or super frustrated or defeated. Like I said, and Francesca, the experience is like really frustrating for me to deal with one-offs that I have to track and get back, and dealing with specifics like seasons and sizes and all of them, those details. Like, for example, I don't want to do fine jewelry PR because for the most part, you have to get those pieces back from the publication. And that stresses me out. The thought of like, I send a diamond necklace somewhere and it never makes its way back. That stresses me out. Or I did an event once. I represented a fashion brand, RIP, my fashion expertise, but I represented a fashion brand, and then I was hired by an alcohol sponsor to merge the two to create a large-scale fashion event for 750 people with a red carpet and celebrities and gift bags and a car sponsor picking people up. I mean, it was like a whole thing. And it's interesting because this was the topic of the masterclass we did. I just mentioned with Stefania yesterday, Stefania Skiru, brilliant member of our community. And she was explaining it, and it was like she had it buttoned up, dialed in. And I was like, this is not for me, because I had that one experience. Some people thrive. They're really great at the structure, the organization, the pre-planning. I was way over my head. The event was amazing. It was awesome. I don't think people realize, but I was so stressed out. It was not fun for me. Yeah, Angela, I feel like we share a brain, perhaps. We always are kind of in alignment, which I love. She said, ooh, trying to get fine jewelry back is like herding cats. And by the way, I have 2 kittens and they're insane. Insane. You should see them. I should post a video on Instagram of what it is like when we are in the kitchen and it's time for them to eat. It is like these cats have never seen food in their lives. They are siblings who love each other. They're like hissing and growling, and I'll put the food down and they're like, and it's crazy. They're nuts. And then when I feed my dog, they're like trying to get into the dog's food and she has to growl at them it's chaos here. So yes, herding cats, not a good experience. Trust me, I'm in it right now. So think about also when you're researching a particular industry, do you feel like super excited and charged up and inspired? Are you like, oh my God, I want to do more of this? Like, who can I talk to? What can I do? Those feelings, those emotions are your gut instincts. Do not dismiss them. There are so many times when you have a gut instinct, you have a feeling, and sometimes you're like, or you choose to ignore it. Those red flags when you talk to clients, you're like, yeah, it'll be fine. No, right? Or you make a calculated risk and you say, well, I'm going to charge you a pain in the ass tax because I have to deal with you. And if I have to deal with you, I got enough money now coming from you that I can hire someone to deal with your nonsense. That's how I deal with those red flag clients. If they have a nice budget, we'll make it happen. And it's not going to be me because I don't want to deal. But those intuitions you have, that is incredibly powerful. We all have them. And some people have trusted theirs more than others. I really trust my intuition. And I make decisions, pretty quickly. My process is like, yes or no. My husband is very much like, got to talk to 3 people, got to create a qualitative and quantitative analysis in an Excel spreadsheet. And I'm like, this is insane. No, I'm just going for it, right? After doing my research and then, kind of arriving on a choice. But sometimes, those feelings you have, they're there to guide you. And if you follow those emotions, you can also discard what doesn't feel right for you. If it feels wrong, then, you don't have to go down that path if you're trying to make it work. This is how it was for me in law. I was just like, I worked really hard to get here. I have a great job at a really prestigious firm. I'm making really good money. What's the problem? It's the work sucks. The work is not a good fit for me. And it wasn't just that the work isn't great. It wasn't great for me. There were aspects of my personality and my skill set that were completely not utilized or underutilized in law. It wasn't a great fit for me for a number of reasons. And for a while, I chose to ignore it because I'm like, I worked really hard to get here. But ultimately, obviously, I made this pivot and it was the right decision. And I followed those emotions of what drew me in. It was creative. It was fun. It was exciting. I was building up businesses, so I knew I didn't want to do something that was not going to promote or enhance a business or an entrepreneur that I believed in. That's what litigation is. It's just spending money to tear down a business, or who can spend more and outspend the other fastest. It's not what makes me excited. So follow those emotions that you feel to discard what is not feeling right and really hone in on what feels good and inspiring and motivating and exciting. So the other tip I have for you is join the Q&A calls inside of the Pitch Lab if you're still not sure of your next steps, because our community, like I said, is full of these really generous, open and giving PR professionals who are ready to give advice, to share their experiences, share contacts. It's awesome. And we can deep dive into what you're feeling, and you'll be able to hear from a lot of other people and their perspectives when they've shifted their niches. Maybe they work in the target niche and they'll talk to you about what it's like, maybe even offline, and you can get more of their time. It is awesome. So that's the Pitch Lab. And then, of course, I have this great freebie for you, PR Insider Secrets, which I'll post right here. But that's what I have for you guys today. And if you're on here and you're curious about what it's like to work in a different niche, or feelings you have about even just making a switch, it's scary. It's definitely scary. You're leaving something that you're proven, you're comfortable, and you're trying to pursue something that's like new and unproven. It really helps to have the support of a community behind you, to feel like they're going to lift you up when you're feeling down, and they're not going to let you really struggle. Like, we will help you out. So let me know here if you've ever switched niches, if you're curious about a different one, where your passions are. Let me know. I'll stay on for another minute or two. And then I have to go deal with my car because I have to turn in my car lease and they come and inspect it. And so my car's in actually good shape, but I just want to vacuum some of the dog fur out of it because I have like a husky German Shepherd mix, and she sheds like crazy, especially in the car because she doesn't love car rides, and she goes back and forth between the front and back seat. She sheds a lot. Weirdly, I'm in the mood to find an in-house job. No! Okay, fine. But what kind and why? Angela, what is it about an in-house job that's enticing to you right now after being freelance for like 100 years? Did you join our agency accelerator? I feel like we can convert you back to our side and switch that freelancer mindset. I just did a little reel about this. Like, we want to create some CEOs and agency leaders and shift you away from that freelancer mindset, because you can make so much more money by just structuring it like an agency versus a freelance, even if it's just you to start. And then we show you how to scale. It doesn't have to be an overwhelming thing. It doesn't have to be this, okay, no problem there. But it's just designed to kind of help you overcome this, like, I'm stuck in freelance neutral, and get you to a place where you're buttoned up and making more and growing in a way where you're getting out of the day-to-day and building a team. Not that it has to be insane. Like I'm telling you, my team is self-managed. They barely bother me. They just figure things out on their own and come to me with solutions, not problems, which is like fantastic. Really interested in aviation or automotive, which is the polar opposite of where I am right now. Oh, that's so interesting. Aviation. I feel like we have somebody that does aviation. Who is that? I have to think. An automotive. I have a friend that has done marketing in the automotive space, not PR, but he also has a marketing agency on his own, and then a program for realtors to get visibility. That's very interesting. Yeah, aviation. Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. One of my friends books a fleet of private jets. Different, but she might have something to talk about. I don't know. She's super cool. Her name's Molly. She's a mom at my kid's school, and I was so surprised. I was like, "You do what?" So she makes connections with very, very wealthy people, and she rents out fractional jets, basically, like fractional jet ownership, NetJet, and things like that. She is like kind of the lead that does that. Anyway, so very interesting, Angela. And so it might be interesting for you to go in-house and see, I don't know, if you like that experience. But anybody else on here have any questions for me or anything? You can always just reach out to me on Instagram. I love seeing you guys here every single week. Again, thank you to our military. If you're a military spouse, if you're an active member of the military or somebody in your family has served, just want to wish you a happy Veterans Day and thank you for your service. But that's all. Have a great rest of your week. Have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you here again next week, guys. Take care and be well. Bye.